Well, good morning. It's kind of weird being here this way this morning, but I did want to take an opportunity to be with you, and I hope that today will be somewhat of a blessing to you. We were originally planning to be on the topic of Advent this morning, obviously because we're here in the Advent season, but I really want to talk to you this morning just about Jesus at the center of it all. And as we focus on Christmas and everything else that's going on, so much is going on. But I also want to let you know, I just want to say, I just think it's kind of cool that God has chosen today and probably tomorrow for school for us to kind of just be still for a moment. Because when we have the snow like this, things just kind of stop. The world stops. So what a great time during Advent because, we get so busy, so caught up. Do we really have the time to stop and say, hey, what is this season really about? So I'm just thankful. I really believe that God is trying to talk to us this morning, and we're just going to look at. I woke up this morning. First thing on my mind was just I don't know if you remember I think it was last Sunday, the choir sang "Jesus at the center of it all." But I just want to talk to you a little bit this morning about where are you at when it comes to Jesus being the center of your world, of your life. I know we've heard the Bible verse, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, your mind, and your strength. And I think for us to understand that it's not a suggestion that we live that way, but it's a commandment, right? I think sometimes we've gotten away from what a commandment is. We want to think that sometimes the Bible is just really a book of suggestions of things that we should do. But these are the commandments that he has given us, and we're thankful for those. But do we treat them as commandments, or do we treat them more as the suggestions that are out there? We live in a time right now where when the most we are called to give God is a few hours of our week. Maybe it's for youth group on Wednesday night, or maybe it's this Sunday morning. We're so limited with our time, it seems like, because we got so many other things going on. And here, God, we say, take this part of me, but I'm going to keep the rest. Because we say, hey, I'm going to do a little bit here. I'm going to give you this hour a week, God, but the other hours in the whole week, I don't know. Those are for me. I'm going to keep those for me, and I'm going to give you just this little bit here. And we've got so many things trying to get our attention. We say it all the time. We've got sports, we've got media, we've got friendships that fill up our time, and they take our energy. And I think it's important for us to really kind of look at how can we make Jesus back the center of everything. And I want to go to a story. If you remember the king Josiah, Josiah became king of Judah at the age of 8 years old. 8. Now, most of you are 14, 15, and 16 years old, but this guy was 8 years old and was one of the best kings that the nation had ever had. Why? Because he went throughout the nation and tore down the idols and turned his people back to the one true God. He was sold out for God. For him, it was all or nothing. Do you understand? Like when it comes to Jesus, it was either all for nothing for him. But for us, we're trying to keep our feet planted in both worlds here sometimes, right? Do we really look at the words Jesus at the center of Christmas? Is Jesus at the center of your Christmas, or is it a gift? Or is it a friendship? Is it just family? Is it just food? Or is it just vacation from your teachers, right? What is it to you? But idols come in all kinds of shapes and forms and so forth. But for you this morning, just think about that. And if we look at Revelation 3:16, it says, so because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth. I wish you were either one or the other. God would really rather us be totally indifferent towards him than half-heartedly towards him. We're either in or we're out. I think a couple Sundays ago when I gave the message, a couple Sundays mornings ago, we talked about, where's your feet at? Are your feet planted over here, or are your feet planted over here? And then you have to ask your question here. You may be asking the same question right now that maybe all of us ask it somewhere. Is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to have Jesus truly at the center of it all? Is it worth it for me to have my foot fully planted in him? Is it worth it to you? Jesus Christ was beaten at the point to where he was barely even recognizable as a human being. He was nailed to the cross. The King of Kings willingly left the perfection of heaven and became a man. The only one who is truly worthy to be served came to serve, not to be served. He was beaten. He was bruised. He was broken. His skin was torn. You've seen the images of the Passion of Christ. You've been able to kind of, for me, that was my turning point where I could really see the pain. We read things, but when you really see the pain that one has gone through, you can really feel it even more. The very least Christ deserves is the very best that we can give him. He died for us. Why does he not deserve the best of us? It doesn't make sense for us to even think about the question of, do we put Jesus at the center of everything, right? He died for us. Why would we not give him our very best? We hear it often that God has a plan for us beyond our wildest dreams. But do we really believe it? Are we stuck this morning thinking that, God, you haven't done anything for me? I don't really believe that you're going to change me right now. I don't believe you're going to change the situation that I'm in right now. I don't believe you're going to change the what's going on in my family. I don't believe you're what's going to change what's going on with me at school. Maybe it's a relationship you've got going on the outside as well. We have been given a purpose, and then the only way to live up and to fulfill the purpose is to give God everything that we have. Let's take those idols that are impeding God's power in our lives and not only tear them down, but turn them around, right? Just like Josiah did, right? He turned everything around, right? And the same thing can be true for you, because not only are you, you're young and you think sometimes, well, I can't do anything, but the Bible's already told us, hey, it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter if you're 75 years old. It doesn't matter if you're 5 years old. You can make a difference, and you can turn your life and make your life for the living of Jesus and put him at the center of it all. God cannot use people that are partially devoted to him. Jesus Christ changed the world with 12 men who were willing to give everything they had, including their lives, for his purposes and his plan. And I just want you to reflect this morning, as a youth, as a believer in Christ. What is it? What's keeping you from really having Jesus at the center of it all? Because here we are, we're in the middle of the Christmas season, and I don't know about you, it doesn't feel like Christmas to me yet. And I think it's because I've gotten so bogged down with all the things that are going on around me that I haven't really taken the time. So I'm thankful this morning for the snow, because I'm going to be here all day, and I know that I'm going to have some time to spend with my family and to really just reflect on who he is and his birth. What a beautiful morning we've got when you look outside your window and see the beauty of what God can do. And I think what a great reminder of knowing that God is still in control. Nobody else can do this. This is not science. This is him. So as we close out today, I just want to say to you, if you've watched this video, youth, if you're out there and you watch this video, if you text me the word Jesus at the center, you're going to get a free lunch from me, all right? Or a free dinner or a free Dunkin', whatever you want. We'll figure that out later, but that's my little goose egg for you this morning. That only applies to youth, not adults. You got until 1 p.m. today to send that to me. But I really want you to think this morning, is Christ at the center of everything we do as a youth group? What are the things that are taking the place of God in our lives? Remember who we are given our all for, because it's so easy to forget. But at the same point in time, how can we forget? How can we forget what he's done for us? If God's not getting everything we have, we either view him as unnecessary or unworthy. And we know that's not true. We know that is not true. So I just want you to think this morning. I'm going to play the song, of course, Jesus at the center of it all. And I want you to just take some time now to just pray. And
nothing in this world will do. Jesus, you're the center. Everything revolves around you. this